This will be a very brief egg demonstration. So for the egg homework, use a piece of masterpiece paper. This is a little smaller than your scale, but it'll be good for my demonstration. So we want the nice paper. We're going to put a lot of time into this, so we want paper that's pH balanced for long last and archival purposes. Here are some materials that I recommend. We'll use an ebony pencil for the first egg. We'll use a kneaded eraser. See how that we knead it like dough, K-N-E-A-D. All right. We're going to use a pink pearl eraser, and if you have a gum eraser, we can use that too. My pencil was nice and sharp to start with, but let's use some blending stumps. I want to show you what those are all about. Now that's a brand new one, hasn't been used before. That's all right. I'm going to use this one that's very well seasoned right there. And we do not sharpen these. Right. So let me set that aside. So the blending stump, see there's some material already on there. So let's say we're drawing an egg about this size and its shadow. You know, let's say the light source is coming from here. And you can set up a still life in your house, close the drapes, because as the light changes outside, that could affect the lighting on your egg. And careful study of lighting is very important for object drawing. And so use a room where you can block out the windows. You can draw the blinds completely and put a light, like a desk light on it. One light, like one desk light, makes one shadow, and that's hard enough. So for the egg, we want just the egg and its shadow. And I'm using a little hatching and cross hatching to put down some graphite. All right, now this blending stump, and let me season it up over here off to the side, or another piece of paper. This could be done. So we want graphite on that blending stump, and we can test it out on another area just to make sure that's not too much. But so we blend and rub and smudge. It's a smudging tool, and we can get some nice soft grays with this. And this is also good for charcoal, which we will get to in the course, but for now, use the ebony pencil for the first one, for the first egg. So I'm gradually building up. You can smudge it around there, and I can add more, make it dark where it's dark. If you have a light source from here, you have a highlight, and then you have a core shadow. You have some reflected light down here. And those fancy eggs that you see in our module page, this is how they did it. And I'm here just in 3.5 minutes into this so far. But careful study. Then you can take the pink pearl and you can heighten the drawing. You can make the edges sharp where you want to make the edges sharp with this pink pearl. That's good for that. And if the pink pearl gets too dirty, you can just rub it out onto scratch paper or denim jeans on your pants. It cleans it right off, so we get a nice chisel edge to work for that. This is good for that kind of things. And then this art gum eraser, if you have it, is good for that too. Now, the kneaded eraser, all right, this is a different kind of eraser. You may have never used this before. It looks like putty. It looks like watch, you can refine that. See, I'm drawing with the eraser there. It's taking away, but it's also defining that edge. I can go back with a pencil and put shade up to that edge. So this kneaded eraser, you can plot and take away. So if you go too dark, let me make it too dark. Let's see. Let's put up a big tone across the whole thing. And You can tap out those highlights and it makes a nice gradual chiaroscuro. So we can build up with graphite, we can blend around with the blending stump, and we can take away with the needed eraser and other types of erasers. So it's an additive and it's a subtractive process here of working with light and chiaroscuro, another Italian word for you. That means from darkness, light. Chiaroscuro. From darkness, light. And where it's dark underneath that egg, it's almost black under there. So make it dark where it is dark. Try to match the key. If it's solid black, make it solid black. If it's dark gray, make it dark gray. Many beginning artists mistake dark gray or even middle gray as black. They will report this solid black down here as a gray, but in reality, under that egg, I know that it's this dark. If you go into a cave, it gets dark, and the further in there you go, the darker it gets. So you can work on see the blending and the transition. That's called chiaroscuro. Here's a cast shadow on the ground. So your egg for the first one is limited to only the egg and only the shadow on the ground. You can be creative with those elements though, and you can use more or less of the blending stump, and you can experiment with that. And there are no rules in art. There are no rules in art. The only rules are the rules you agree that you will work by. All right. And you can build up, and a tip for the egg is it's usually darker than you think. Give it your best shot, guys. Experiment with this stuff. Smudge around. Try the large one. Try the small one. Let's get in there and push it around. You can do it!